Hey everyone, it's Ryder from Skip. I hope you're doing well. In this important video, I'm going to talk about EIDL funding and the latest, what's happening, because as of today, November 14, 2021, millions of small business owners are still waiting for additional EIDL loans, including increases and reconsiderations. There's around $100 billion left in the EIDL pot of money. The deadline for this money is coming up, so I'm going to share some new data on who's still waiting, who's been approved, including data on who's received what when it comes to EIDL funding. It's the first time we've shared this in this level of detail, so you can compare where you're at with other folks. I hope this not only brings you peace of mind, but also encouragement. If you're still waiting, if you're new, be sure to hit subscribe, turn on the alerts, and give this video a like. Let's try to get 2,000 likes for this video. We've done it before. I know we can do it again today. I'll keep it short and sweet. Here's why these EIDL loans are so important. Whether you have a side hustle, a thriving small business, or anywhere in between, if you need capital for your business, it is the most competitive. Of course, the PPP loans were technically 1% interest. However, the vast majority of folks have gotten those forgiven because that was the original intent. If you use them for payroll and other valid expenses, you would get those PPP loans forgiven. They'd essentially be turned into grants. The next best thing is EIDL loans, 3.75% over 30 years. Here's a look at the EIDL loan versus other competitive small business loans versus credit card interest rates, which I know some businesses unfortunately have to tap into to meet short-term business expenses. The blue line at the bottom here shows over a 5-year period the cumulative interest for the EIDL loan for a $30,000 loan. So in this case, at the end of 5 years, you'd pay back just under $3,000. So that'd be around 10% of the total value of the original loan you would have paid back in interest. Compare that to the next best interest rates, which typically are 4, 5, 6, 7%. Those are competitive single-digit loans. If you lucked out with 4.5%, you'd pay $3,500 in interest after 5 years. With the 6% interest, you'd pay around $5,000 after 5 years, and it goes up from there. 10% interest rate, which still some of you may consider competitive, you'd pay back 30% of the original loan in interest, and compare that to, say, credit card interest rates, which can be around 15%. If you're carrying that balance the entire time after 5 years, you would have paid back nearly $13,000 in interest, which is nearly half the original loan amount. That's why people love the EIDL loans. Okay, a little bit more data. This is based on our YouTube poll. Most small businesses are still waiting for EIDL funding. Here's how that looks. Over 2,000 responses. 77% of you watching who've taken this poll reported that you're still waiting for an EIDL loan, either original or an increase or a reconsideration. So if that includes you, just know you're in good company. Only 23% of you here in green have reported that you're all set with EIDL funding. I predict it's going to get even busier these next 45 days until the end of the year, where people will be scrambling to get all their ducks in a row, to contact the SBA, to check their EIDL increase eligibility or the cash flow analysis to see what they're eligible for, which, by the way, you can do on our website, of course. If you go to EIDL2.com, you can check your potential EIDL increase eligibility. Okay, for the first time, we're sharing data on what people have received. Here are some of the main takeaways. Only 15% of businesses have received those larger loans, 150,000 plus. Here's how that looks in distribution here. 1% have received 1 million plus, 2% have received 500K or above, 12% have received between 150 and 500K, 10% have received between 76 and 150K. So that leaves us with nearly 3/4 of folks who've received 75K or less. 13% of you have received between 25K and 75K. 31% of you have received less than 25,000, and the same amount have received zero or EIDL isn't applicable for you. So just think about that. If you're one of these folks who've received zero so far over 18 months, these programs have been live. If you've received zero, there's a lot of folks out there just like you. As frustrating as that may be, but we want to encourage everyone to at least know where they are and if they're eligible. Of course, the first question you should ask yourself is, does your business need low interest loans to help stabilize or to help you grow? Those are the fundamental questions. There's two camps of people we talk to on a regular basis. The first is the folks that need these loans to survive, to pay critical bills, to keep their business alive. The second camp of folks is people who are being opportunistic and want to grow their business. They want to bring on more employees and be able to pay employees more money or pay for other operating expenses. Here's how this distribution looks in a bar chart. You can see the 0 category or 25K and below categories are the highest. This distribution is not unexpected. We've seen this over the past 18 months because most of the businesses applying for EIDL loans are those one-person businesses or 2 or 3 person businesses who are getting those smaller loan amounts. That's the majority of folks. And then of course the long tail, we have the folks who are getting $1 million plus, 500K and above. Some good news for you this coming week. I will be doing VIP one-on-one calls with folks. If you're waiting for EIDL funding, you have questions, I've opened up a few spots to talk to me directly, and I'll be looping in another one of our concierges to join us as well. So you get the VIP treatment and we'll help you go in depth with either the EIDL or other funding and grant opportunities. We are so happy we've been able to help tens of thousands of small businesses just in the past few months get collectively billions in funding, whether that's loans or grants. Would love to help you. You can go to helloskip.com/join and click the VIP option if you want to talk with me this coming week. There's only a handful of spots there, so if you miss out on that, you can book our regular one-on-one service. The link is also right in the description. Thanks so much for watching. I hope this data helps. We have a lot of great videos coming up this week. I hope you can subscribe and join our community. If you find this information helpful, give this video a like. Most importantly, stay well, stay healthy, and I'll see you tomorrow.